Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's webinar. This is Panos here from LearnWorld. Hope everybody's safe and sound. Feel free to introduce yourselves in the chat box of Zoom. Let us know where you're logging in from. What are you doing? What's your job? What you expect to get out of today's webinar? We'll start in a moment. Let's wait for as many people as possible to log in and take it from the beginning. We hope you enjoy today's presentation and discussion, and you'll get some great tips and tricks for things that you can use in your own business, in your own school, training business to expand it in 2025 and beyond. Hi, Louise. Hi, Peter. Hi, David. Hi, guys. Just some housekeeping items. Obviously, you will receive a full recording of the presentation, so no need to keep asking for it. We'll make sure tomorrow to send you a full recording. Also, we are streaming live on our YouTube channel, so you can also find the full video there as well. In the meantime, if you have any questions, feel free to use the Q&A functionality of Zoom so that we have all our questions organized there, and we can answer as many as possible during the chat and also later. If we have some time in the end, we'll try to tackle as many as possible. Also today we have Themis and Angeliki with us from our customer support team. They will be our co-pilots here on the chat and answering as many questions as possible. So let me start my video here. We will be ready in a couple of moments to start with the presentation. Hello, guys. Hi, Paula from Ohio. Hi, Benjamin. Hi, Marianne. What an audience today, fully international. I think we have all time zones probably here. Thanks, guys, for making it, even from some difficult time zones. It's always great to see so many people, and it keeps us running and trying to do our best. Hi, Wilson. Hi, Juan. Great. I think we should be starting. We have lots of things to cover today, lots of ground. So allow me to introduce myself. I'm Panos. I'm one of the co-founders and the CEO of LearnWorld. I'm super happy to host this webinar today. You know that we're doing our best always to learn from our customers and distribute that knowledge, share that knowledge back with the community. So today's webinar is about scaling your education business in 2025. What we have done is gone through our very large customer base and identified, analyzed the business models, the revenue streams, how people make money, what kind of modes and revenue streams people create in their business. And we have created this analysis here, this framework. We're giving you the common parameters, and we hope that we will give you lots of ideas for things that you can build on top of your business, ways to expand your business, revenue streams that you can create, new businesses, new ventures that you can build around your content. So some of these things you may be using already. You might get some new takes on these, but also you might be positively surprised by how others are using LearnWorld, how others are making money by creating and sharing and distributing their online courses. So here we have identified the business models and the revenue streams of our top customers, our top earners, and we consider our mission to share this knowledge back with you, to learn from you, and obviously feel free to send your ideas, showcase, tell us things that we might have missed, and we will be happy to present, to introduce yourselves and your business models and your ideas in a future iteration of this presentation. This is a never-ending process. We are in an era of immense business model innovation around online learning. Here with our team, we're discussing that almost every week we discover a new business model and a new way that people add value to their business or generate revenue through their schools by the content and through the content that they create. We're always very surprised by amazing implementations of LearnWorlds, and we're always happy and excited to share this information back with you. So hopefully, out of today's presentation and with the help of my amazing co-pilots here, you will get some nice to-dos, a nice list of things that you can go out and implement on your school and grow your school, expand your school. You will see right away that we are in a period of of huge growth for the e-learning business and industry in general, and we want you to be part of that. And LearnWorlds wants to be your partner for going through this process of growth. So here in LearnWorlds, we consider our mission to be the ultimate adaptable e-learning module, e-learning solution that you can plug into your business. We are a very versatile, a very flexible, a very powerful platform, a white label platform, and we can cover an immense range of use cases, training modes, types of e-learning content, and also revenue streams. We are an e-commerce powered, white labeled e-learning platform. We are powering more than 10,000 customers, more than 25,000 schools. We are an immense and very innovative team of more than 150 people. We are powering more than 40,000 online courses, more than 20 million active learners per month. And over the past few years, we have supported the generation of more than 2.6 billion of revenue. Some of this has flowed directly through the platform, through our e-commerce system, and some of this is the nominal value of the courses that have been assigned and enrolled to different users throughout through the various schools that we are supporting. So we are learning a lot from you, from our own customers, and we consider our mission to help you to be this adaptable, powerful e-learning module for your business. Every business in a post-COVID, post-AI world needs to be a knowledge-based business. It needs training for all the internal and external audiences and stakeholders that you might have. And we want to be the module that enables you to tackle this flow of knowledge and convert it into revenue and value for your business. And allow me to introduce my co-presenters for today. We have Elisa, our resident learning design expert, and we have Brett and Vitoriana from our customer success team. They are the people who interact every day with you, with our customers, and support them, get to know your needs. What are you trying to build? What are your expectations from our platform? And showcase what the platform is able to do and give you access to the tips and tricks of the trade. So they will be presenting the different business models, and will also show you a live hands-on presentation of how you can build some of these things with LearnWorld. And very fast, going to today's agenda. Very briefly, I'll talk about the status of e-learning today and show you the immense size of this industry. This is one of the one of the biggest industries in the global economy. E-learning is becoming a growing share of that. We'll see some trends in the future of e-learning. E-learning grows rapidly, so we'll just cover the 5 basic points that you should keep in mind for 2025. Then quickly we'll go to the business models, where Vitoriana and Brett will present some concrete cases that we see in LearnWorlds, and then we'll show you how to apply these business models. So going into the numbers, e-learning, we believe it's the future. This is why we are working very, very hard every day to deliver you the tools that you need to grow into this business. Some quite conservative estimates talk about a 200 billion business by 2030 with more than 23% compounded annual growth rate. But I believe that these numbers will be quickly surpassed by reality. We see that the industry is growing very, very fast, and e-learning now is the default, the de facto mode of learning for whatever people do out there, whether it's acquiring personal skills or doing business training and compliance training, training customers, training employees, and whatever else they are doing. So as you can imagine, the opportunity here for you, for your businesses, is huge. And this is where we want to expand your horizons, give you more options, and show you how you can grow your business with our support. Going to the next slide, let's see the 5 basic e-learning trends. There are many more, but let's say we're trying to prioritize and give you some nuggets of information that will be extremely important for 2025 and beyond. The first, of course, is artificial intelligence. This is something that we cannot ignore. It's an evolution and a revolution that is taking entire industries by storm. It's comparable to internet. It's comparable to mobile devices. It's comparable for some people to the discovery of fire or the industrial revolution. But let's see what it means for us here, for educators, for content creators, for people who create and distribute online courses. Our take on AI is that we are here to help you with the platform, with concrete features that we have already implemented within LearnWorlds to help you be much more productive, much more creative, much more efficient, so that you can focus to the things that are important, creating and selling your online courses. So with the AI implementation of LearnWorlds, we're not just sprinkling some AI dust on top of LearnWorlds, but we have, with very smart and very research-based prompt engineering, we have implemented AI, integrated AI where it matters. So we help you create content faster, transform your existing content into different types of media, multimedia, and different forms of representation. We assist you, we assist the educators, the trainers to be able to do massively all the boring jobs that you had to do as a teacher, whether it's managing assessments, reviewing students' performance, and we can also do that in the form that allows you to be massively personalized. So not just give some random generic feedback, but be very personalized, very specific to the content of your students. We automate tasks like grading, attendance tracking, course management. We enable educators to focus more on the learners and improve your teaching methods. So in fact, you can have an instructional design assistant by your side that helps you custom your courses and have the expert view of a course. And you can do that all by yourself or with a very tiny team without having the need for all the experts or all the roles out there. So we use it in a way to catalyze and enhance your existing power. Next trend, mobile learning. That's not new, but it's becoming increasingly more important. Everybody's on mobile, increasingly the content consumption, the e-commerce usage, increasingly more than 50% happens online, anywhere, anytime. We are a mobile species. We are in a mobile world. People work, commute, travel all around the place and all around the space and the time. So with our mobile application, we allow you to reach your audiences and your employees and your students wherever they are, whenever they are. This is extremely important. Whatever you're doing, whether you're using LearnWorlds or not, this is something that you should be you should have keep as a priority, top of mind. So going to the next one, micro learning. Again, the way we learn, the way our attention spans are waning, the way that our lives and works are being constructed, we cannot, unfortunately, have the time and the space to go deeply dive into the content. We need tiny nuggets, tiny bites that will allow us to absorb some kind of knowledge, a small amount of knowledge, be also happy and satisfied, that little kick as you go through a learning unit and as you complete a little exercise, a little assignment. And this is something that can also help you increase engagement, increase the repeat usage of your users, how they go back into your platform, and how at the end of the day they can consume more content and be more satisfied and be happy students, but also happy customers for your online school. Next trend, social learning. Learning is a team sport. It doesn't happen in isolation. And by being able to create a community of peers within your online school, not just people who interact with a bunch of online courses, but also a live community of people who interact with each other, learn from each other, support each other. This can be an extremely important and valuable flywheel for your online school. So not just some people who interact with content, but a live community and membership where people want to be part of. So this is the most important add-on that you can create for your online school. And finally, the data-driven decision making. we are data is the next gold and the next oil. Analytics, insights, being able to take better decisions, smart decisions about your content, about your marketing, about where your students are, what they need, how you can keep them engaged and satisfied, and how you can keep getting revenue, more revenue out of your school. This is something that's extremely important to us as a business, and it's extremely important to our most successful customers. This is why we have implemented some extremely powerful data analysis, not just reporting. We are way past reporting, but a data analysis suite within the platform that allows you to ask the right questions and get the right data to improve your offering and your online school. These are just to keep in mind. Now let's go to the juice. Let's now the ball is on and Brett. Let's see the business models that we have identified amongst our top earners school, and let's see what you can get out of this today. So, excellent. Brett, I think it's you.
Thanks, Panos. I appreciate it. So yeah, it's time to get into the actual business models. And as a customer success manager, I deal a lot with customers on a daily basis. So I see a lot of different models across the board when it comes to online learning. The first one we're talking about here is more than likely one that you're all familiar with. It's the one-time immediate purchase. So this actually makes up probably about 80% of LearnWorld's customers have probably leveraged this at some point in their deployment. Nearly half of those customers reported a 25% upsell in revenue. So it is common, but it is also something that can be very beneficial for you. And what it really is it is a model that offers one-time charges. So it could either be for purchase of a course for a limited access or for a limited time. It allows you to do things like maybe a purchase of a bundle of those courses, or even offer a course that has a free section that allows users to make a purchase to access the rest of the content, right? So the great thing about it is immediate revenue for your business. So it is, I make a purchase and then I pay you, you get paid, right? So it's very quick, it's very easy. It's very easy for you also to upsell in this particular model, right? Cross-sell, upsell, offer certifications, because if you think about it, it's very straightforward for your users and it works in a lot of the different industries. So if I were to just kind of talk about a model that I see a lot, obviously, if we were going to pick out a customer that I had in mind, let's take for an example somebody that does training and has courses on development for IT. So very basic. A lot of people understand how this kind of works. Users need to learn and develop their knowledge around a specific type of language. Could be C#, could be C++. The great thing about that is you can offer a course at that beginner level, and then they go ahead and offer courses at intermediate levels, at advanced levels. So again, it's very easy for you to see that a user has completed that initial purchase of that beginner level, and then make a suggestion, whether it's through an email or through a thank you screen or even a pop-up saying, hey, you've completed the first version. Let's go ahead now and take a look at the next version of that. So the next more advanced course, and so on and so on. So that one-off purchasing really does kind of open the doors for you to sell additional one-off purchases. And with that being said, I'm now going to pass you to Victoriana, who will handle the next business model.
Thank you, Brett. I'm going to start talking about subscription models. And we, of course, all know what subscription model is. However, what I wanted to share with you today is that we have noticed a significant correlation between the adoption of subscription models and increased revenue from our top performers. This is all due to the power of continuity, consistency, and predictability that this model has to offer. In fact, 37% of our LearnWorld's customers have some type of subscription offering within their academies, and they all have seen a spike in new users and in revenue as well. For example, a company specializing in operational assessments, when they adopted a subscription-centric approach, they were actually able to rise their revenue by 30% during the first quarter alone. And subscription plans are, subscription model is not just one thing. You can actually structure it in different ways. You can offer a single course subscription, or the exact opposite of that, which is an all access subscription, or even create a membership site. And you can choose the intervals between monthly, yearly, or other. And you can offer actually tiered subscriptions. Imagine a basic, a pro, and a premium level. In the basic level, you can offer your on-demand course material, or maybe the beginner courses and so on, like Brett mentioned before. And then on top of that, you can offer more subscription plans that are more on the premium side, meaning that they offer additional perks for your customers, like live events, one-on-one support, a participation and access to a community of peers, or other more premium offers that are not very common. I have an example of a client operating in the B2B fitness space who actually offers partnership and affiliation opportunities to their business clients who are on the top tier subscription, meaning that those clients can then market the courses of the school and earn commission out of that and market it to their own customers. And of course, having said that, both individuals and businesses make great audiences for business model offerings. And lastly, let's not forget that yes, subscription models are revenue generating engine. However, it's also a commitment to your customers that you will keep providing constant value to them in order to invest in a longer customer tenure and lifetime value. Back to Brett.
Vito, just to comment here something on as an entrepreneur myself, this is something that in the beginning we were seeing just the one-off sales that Brett was mentioning mentioned in the beginning, and increasingly we started seeing subscriptions. It's clear, guys, that now we live in a subscription economy. It's about everybody tries to get recurring passive income if possible, and a subscription on top of online courses, it's something that allows you to do that. You see that on Netflix, you see that on all the subscriptions that we've been paying. So you can create a masterclass type offering in training with Learnworlds by organizing your subscription. So this is the holy grail for every creator, for every entrepreneur.
And I think I would mention there are two panels that you're not really glued to one or the other. You can offer individual courses and subscriptions at the same time. I do have schools that sell their courses a la carte and then have built subscriptions to large portions of that material in case a user wants to do it something, continuously paying and having access to that particular content across the board. So it is something you can do in unison. So the next business model that we are looking at here is corporate training. And this is one that I also see a lot across the board. It's generally utilized in that B2B environment. So if you're working with professionals, maybe you're doing something like HR training or sales training or financial analyst training, anything of that nature, but you want to offer it more than just that one-off purchase, right? You're offering it to a much larger group when it comes to corporate training. So where you see a big difference is because in one model, you're selling to individuals. When you're selling to corporations, you're selling to these giant groups. So where I see differences, there's a lot of customization that can sometimes come along with that. So what I mean by that is customizing things like pages in your school or landing pages or the course content itself. We're also seeing a trend in those organizations looking for more reporting to send their customers, right? So they want to understand if I'm sending you 100 employees to learn about, how they should be handling HR at our organization. I want to know if they're doing the work, right? So that is one thing you see in these particular models. So the benefits of this really is it does allow you to kind of take the content that you've got built, do small tweaks to it, whether it's adding some branding and things of that nature, and offer it to a much larger audience. So this works with small to enterprise level businesses. You can create that content, market it to a business itself, and then get those much larger purchases because you're offering to a whole business versus as a one-to-one. It also allows you to be a little bit more flexible on your revenue models. What do I mean by that? Well, you could be selling per user, per license, right? So maybe somebody comes to you and you charge them, $10 a user or more, right? Or you could be just charging a flat rate to the organization and allowing their users access for almost like a corporate subscription. So the great thing is, again, it allows you to do these bulk sales. It allows you to generate large revenue opportunities versus those smaller individual one-off courses. So where I can kind of give you an example of this, right? And I do have a lot of different examples I work with. Um, I have an organization that does project management, right? They train and coach project management teams within organizations. They also do things like communication and leadership, and they offer all these different courses across the board. What they do in terms of their business model is they have their own site set up, and users will come and order large numbers of, hey, I have 100 users, I want to get them involved in project management. They bring those users into their system, set them up with their own custom landing page and branding, right? So they have a nice brand when they log in. It looks like their organization. And then they even do small tweaks to the content based off of the client's needs. So the great part is they can charge a premium for that, right? That gives you the option to ask for more. You could have your general courses and you could put their employees in your general courses, but if they're looking for more of that customized experience, my particular customer charges a little bit more to have those custom landing pages, to have that custom content. So it's a really nice model to do large revenue portions and even grow off of that. Now, even when those courses are complete, there's the feedback cycle, right? They can see in the reports that you're feeding them, their users are completing the content. There's the feedback from the employees that you can collect. And then in the long run, they will go ahead and ask for more content as they bring in new employees. So it is something that you could potentially build in as a relationship. Victoriana?
Brett, if I may add here something, because I had an amazing discussion today with one of Learnworld's customers who are doing precisely that. And like I cannot like disclose what they do and what is their vertical, but here is your chance. If you know a particular business, you know your topic, or you are in a particular vertical, you can literally productize the platform along with your content, with tweaks or not, because usually just stylistic on the design and the branding could in some cases be enough. And then you just go in, you copy, you clone the master school, let's say, and you go after an entire industry where you could have hundreds upon hundreds of potential customers, and you can take over an entire vertical or an entire segment or an entire country. So this is an amazing thing. And obviously, you can tie that with subscriptions, because next year your content will need some updating, some tweaking. You can add in some extra content. So you can imagine that you have a full turnkey solution and you can go after an entire industry at premium prices. Everything that happens on a B2B level, we're talking about premium prices when it comes to what kind of commercial arrangements you can have.
And I said businesses, Panos, but it applies to any large organization, right? I have people that sell to universities. I have people that sell to hospitals. I have people that sell to, dentist practices. There's so much that you can potentially do there. It's not just, don't think just corporation, just business. There's a lot of different revenue streams out there.
Education is part of everything. Now, increasingly, there's more compliance, more need. Everybody needs to be reskilled, upskilled, trained, retrained, recertified. So it's a never-ending process. Once you are able to set this up, it keeps on giving, and it keeps on needing extra services.
Actually, following up on that tone, the next business model that I'm going to present is very similar to where the discussion went, and it's highly profitable. It is closer to the corporate training, but of course, it doesn't apply only to corporations. So it's licensing your existing content to either other educations, other organizations, or even universities. in a white label format. This can be achieved by creating and offering a dedicated course or a dedicated academy event that is branded according to your licensing partner's branding and marketing. Consider the success of an established nursing academy. What they did is they licensed their accredited courses to universities across the US. And this means that they gave access to their own courses, or rather rented their courses, if you will, for universities. So the universities could then enroll their students who could take the course anywhere in the globe they were, and they could earn their online certification. And by doing that as their business model, they were able, through licensing and certification fees, to reach the mark of $150 million in a year. And mind you, that with zero new content creation, right? Now, this model has actually iterations. There are different deals you can work out. So, for example, the university could license the content and could pay in full for their students accessing all of the material for a given period of time, with the potential to renew their access every year or every 2 years or so. Or the university could simply partner up, pay a licensing fee to the school and the academy, and then students would have to pay on their own, but at a much more affordable rate, because they came in via a bulk partnership. And again, these learners in multiple industries, and specifically in the healthcare industry, as I shared before, they need to get recertified like every 1 year or every 2 years due to continuous education in place in multiple places in the planet. And this is more of a, more than a success story. It's a strategy that's actually, actionable. It has a huge potential in terms of creating revenue, but also reaching new audiences. And of course, you don't have to stick with just doing that. You can have your own branded academy. You can directly offer courses to customers, but do that on the side as well and repurpose your existing content. I think, yeah.
That is me. So coaching and consulting. This is another one that I see a lot as well. There's so many just different models out there. So what this is and why it differs from the rest. So there, like I mentioned before, we have our B2B, we have our, individual one-off selling, we have subscription selling. Where coaching and consulting really changes the game is the offering of one-to-one or one-to-group consultations to kind of further enhance the courses that you are offering. So what I mean by that is that you are offering either your calendar within a course to be accessed by a specific user. It could be a premium addition to that course, which we'll talk about when I get closer into the example I have for you today. It could also be a package of consultations. But the great thing is one of the main benefits to it is it does establish you as a content professional or somebody that is knowledgeable within your school. I mean, you can just offer your individual courses, but with coaching and consulting and actually doing these one-to-one sessions, you're offering your skills directly to that user. They see you as an expert. They see you as somebody that they can turn to on a regular basis. And of course, this opens further opportunity for you to sell additional content or sell additional consulting time. So what you can do is I've actually worked with a customer now that offers their general course. They have at the very end of the course, they have a free course essentially. So anyone can sign up. They use it for lead generation. At the very end of that course, they have a consultation with the user that signed up for that. So they have an area where they can schedule in the course a one-to-one session. They communicate with that person, they have a conversation and see if it's really necessary for them to kind of go into the paid content. So at that point, they start pitching their paid content. We offer packages of consulting, we offer these paid courses. It gives you a direct pitch to your users. It gives you a direct ability to consult with them, give them additional content for them to go deeper into, to make additional money from having packages. So they also sell a course that consists of like 5 or 6 other live consultations. So people buy these courses as packages. I get 6 consultations. I get another 6 consultations. And it's continuing revenue for you. I've also seen this used in subscriptions. They offer the course as an individual course, that free course to get in. And then on top of that, somebody that is paying subscription gets a monthly one-to-one session or a monthly one-to-group session that are more closed off. And they offer these through their community, if it's a private part of their school that offers community, and they offer it through just having a subscription to a certain level. Maybe the premium users only get access to consultations. So there's a lot of things you can do here, and it gives you that direct connection with your user. So it's a really nice model to follow.
And if I may add, Brett, we've seen both sides, like both directions, consultation on top of e-learning and e-learning on top of consultation. We are talking with so many consultants and coaches, and one of the problems they have is that they can't really scale their time, like how many people can you work with, how many engagements you can have at the same time. But also, sometimes once a consultation finishes, you don't have another product to give back to them. So you go in, you do an audit, it might be safety, cybersecurity, whatever, plumbing. And then what happens? With e-learning, consultants create a perpetual revenue stream because you go out of the business, you've been there, you established trust, they know you, you taught them, you did the live sessions or the consultations, and then as a parting gift, or as a revenue stream with a subscription, you give them access to the content or even the recordings that you created during all these presentations. So you can create a library of all the coaching and all the consulting or whatever you might have done there. So you have a product, and you can again productize that. It can be a different copy branded with the details of each business, and you can give them access to that. So again, feel free, folks in the chat, to keep adding your ideas as well. These are things that we have seen, and when we first saw them, we were blown away. But like, how come we didn't think of that? But then we discovered that there are more and more people out there that were doing things like that, and we feel obligated to share this and give you more ideas for things to build on top of your trainings and your businesses.
You'll be actually a really good example of that, panels too, would be, and I'm sure, Toriana, you've probably run into this because I know you deal with a lot of health and fitness people, but a yoga course, right? You have the initial online yoga course. Hey, if you want some additional one-to-one yoga teaching sessions, you can buy this package here, and you can schedule some additional, online yoga
Definitely.
or things of that nature. So there's a lot of models that it can be added to.
Definitely. And in any field, I would say, because even in the medical space, you might be striving for a certification, and you might not, might not think that the self-paced material is, does it for you. And you just want this extra coaching so that you feel more confident in taking the exams, because sometimes you have a limited number of takes when it gets to getting an exam, especially when getting your master's or when getting your bachelor's degree.
Very true.
So let's move to something completely different, I think. Often combined with online education is offering branded merchandise or other type of physical products related to the course content. And this approach can bring many benefits to your business. One, and the obvious one actually, is increasing revenue and actually individual customer spend, either at one go, for example, by allowing them to purchase a bundle of both digital and physical products packaged in one, or even over time via upsells during the whole user and customer experience. Also, the diversification of product offerings generally reduces risks that are usually associated with limited palette of product offerings. And maybe most importantly, it also has the potential to be perceived as a higher value offering by potential customers because they come to your academy and they see that you are a one-stop shop for everything they might need in this given space. I have a real life example I want to share of photography online course with a very active and engaged community of learners who do not only purchase the training in order to improve their photography skills, but can also purchase branded camera accessories. And this has helped the course creator to actually increase their sales by 20% and have an influx of new course enrollments due to that fact. Another prominent example, I mean, we are encountering examples in the fitness and wellness space, in academies that are selling own branded accessories for exercises like yoga mats, shakers, or water bottles, or nutritional supplements, or even teas that are custom made and custom packaged. And something that I really liked was an example of a client actually offering a physical fitness calendar, which is a perfect way for the student to keep track of their progress, of their learning, of their training, and of their goals. So keeping it offline as well. And then another example of a Learnworld's client in the martial arts space, they started offering branded apparel that was being worn by the students in competitions usually, and this has completely taken off. They have actually partnered now with worldwide major sports apparel brands. And of course, you can imagine what this can do and what this has done for the levels of recognition that they have now. Just remember the dual benefit: increased sales, of course, and increased revenue, but also creating a brand and a community of engaged learners around that brand who are proud to have a physical representation of your brand and have it as a token actually of their loyalty and of their advocacy for you and for your academy. That's it. Yeah.
The first encounter I had of this was several years ago, Vito. It was a major publisher. They were publishing magazines and books around photography, do-it-yourself,
Yes.
high-end audio and stuff like that. So what they were doing, they were giving a free online course for every book that you were buying, and they were giving a free book for every online course that you were buying. So they were managing to bring in, both sides at the same time. And imagine what like a creative, a savvy business can do when we're talking about arts kits. You see all these things taking off online on YouTube and Twitter. I know I'm paying for several of these things for my kid. Imagine arts kits, and crafts kits, and STEM kits, and electronics kits, and obviously photography apparel and fitness and health and nutrition, all these things where you can combine. So amazing opportunities to add extra value to your business.
Indeed.
Thanks, Panos. So this is a weird one, actually. This is one that I see occasionally. It's not as common as some of the other ones I've talked about tonight. And it's a different approach to using your online school. So generally, you're going to offer courses on your online school. You're going to be selling things of your own nature through your online school. What we're looking at right now is strategic partnership or sponsorship, right? So this is actually finding somebody else, another company out there that is willing to give you revenue so that they can get a little bit more exposure on your platform. Okay. So the great thing is it's extra revenue for you. It's not as much work because they're going to develop the content, whether it's webinars or if it's a course they want to host on your platform, or a course that you're co-hosting, or a podcast, anything of those natures. It's working together and generating that extra revenue on top of your courses. So this fits in really a lot of different industries. I mean, it can be used in finance, it can be used in coaching, it can be used in fitness, NGOs, health, and even just general, learning content creators. Um, you can use this with affiliates, right? This could be an affiliate opportunity that you might get paid for generating interest in their particular product. I have a school that uses this model now, and they actually do more on the medical side of things. So they work with different medical devices, and those devices come to their school and say, "Hey, we would love if you would take this content and bring this to your population," because they work with doctors and dentists and things of that nature, and they host weekly webinars. So the people come in, they join these weekly webinars, and they have professional doctors talking about these products and how they're used and how they can be used with their patients. So doctors teaching doctors, talking about other products that that can be used in the medical field. So they're basically opening their platform up for sponsorships to come in and talk to the masses about what they're offering. So they get their revenue that way. They don't really sell direct courses on the platform. It's all these open webinars. So a really interesting way of utilizing a school to make revenue without actually developing content. You can offer your own content on top of it, but it's a really interesting way, almost taking like a backwards approach to getting revenue for your school.
Okay, and now for anyone who is a subject matter expert or a course creator, or if you believe that you're an expert in sales and marketing, I think that's one for you. Consider partnering up with each other and sharing revenue. What do I mean? Either you have your own academy and you invite more creators to come join you and create courses on your platform that are relevant or in adjacent topics and benefit from a commission per sale. And or you might be a creator yourself who'd like to expand their reach by having your content displayed in a prominent or well-established school in the field and earn commission as per sale. Here's a real world example. A digital marketing consultant developed a course that actually became the cornerstone for business schools curriculums at some point, and they secured course royalties through that. And then they could resell this course to any business school that was interested to expand in this topic. And of course, earn both a fee for course royalties, but also a fee per user sale. And using this model, he not only managed to increase sales, but also to expand his professional influence in the field and be more recognized in the field. And especially now with AI advancements being at their peak, it's so much easier to tailor and customize your content in order to be able to repackage it, resell it, license it, and give it to different audiences and in different contexts. So this model is not about earning, it's about extending the educational influence you have in the learning ecosystem. And if you choose to actually create one of these type of academies, like a marketplace, then that's great for your learners too, because they can join a well-established academy that offers them everything they might need in the topics that matter most to them. Panos, I don't know if you want to add something on this one, but I'd like to also say now, coming to a close with each business model, that you have to choose your business model that fits the unique project you're running, that addresses your businesses and your audience's needs, and that is more suitable for your type of content that you offer. And this decision tree that you will receive along with the deck of slides can be a great starting point to do that. And just remember that you don't have to pick one business model. You can have business models, different ones, coexist, especially if you have multiple course content types, or if you have multiple audiences and diverse audiences to address. And now I'm going to take you over to Elisa, who will show us how to achieve all that in Learnworlds.
Just a small comment on
Yeah.
the previous slide, Vitoriana, for people not to feel pressured or overwhelmed by this. Here we're talking,
Yes.
we're showing the creme de la creme. It doesn't mean that everyone needs to go out today and start implementing all these things. If you're just starting out, if you might have a perfectly simple model selling courses one-off and still have an extremely successful school. What we're giving you here is options and things that you can start adding to your business when you are ready, once you have the right content, once you have identified the right customers, you can experiment. You can just launch a new school, a sub-brand or something else and experiment with this content. Don't feel pressured, feel inspired and see the options to go out there, explore what other schools do, what other successful entrepreneurs do, and get ideas for how you can expand your school. Elisa, now it's your time.
Yep. Okay, hello guys, on my side too. So I'm going to show you a little bit of the Learnworlds platform and essentially how we can help you implement some of the models that we just saw. So let me switch my screen a little bit and I'm going to move straight over here to another tab. So let's take it from the beginning. The first model that I think Brad mentioned was the one-time purchase. So it's true, most of our clients use this model. It's one of the most effective ones. So of course, one way to use this, to showcase this, is with the catalogs, right? Just to showcase your courses or even bundles, right? If you offer one-off courses and bundles, you can simply just showcase them over here. People can click onto the course to purchase it, and they'll have, lifetime access, one-off access. Now, another great tip here, another great option that I think also Brad mentioned is offering something like a freebie, kind of like just a way to kind of like lure them in. So you have the ability to offer some of the course's material for free, usually in the beginning, and then just to warm them up, and then they would be more willing to purchase the course in order to follow up and, view the rest of the paid content. The next thing that we mentioned, sorry, something last I forgot onto the one-off. You also have the opportunity for an upsell, even with one-off payments. One way to do that would be via the thank you page. So Learnworlds allows you to enable a thank you page to be shown to users after they purchase a product. And here you have a great opportunity to just, upsell. So give them a little discount, perhaps a little coupon for their next purchase. And, that way they would be more willing to purchase it. Besides that, perhaps you could even filter it and choose to show them courses that they are not enrolled in, just to see what else is out there in your platform. What else do you have to offer? So again, just another opportunity for you to upsell after a one-off purchase. Next up, Vitoriana talked about subscriptions and memberships, and we saw that for clients who have used this model, they had a 30% increase in their revenue. So a great model to sell your courses. So with subscriptions, you can add them, of course, into the Learnworlds platform and showcase them into any of your pages. They would look something like this. Of course, this can be completely customized. And besides subscriptions, we also mentioned memberships. Now, memberships a lot of times come with an access to a community. So Learnworlds has the ability to offer you a community with all the features that you would expect, like posting, following, commenting, and so on. And of course, you get to determine and decide what users have access to the subscription. Is it only for paying users that are a member of a specific subscription? You get to decide that from here. So that's definitely an option. From there, I'm just showcasing over here an example of a community like that. So you could create multiple spaces or spaces depending on your course, and then of course interact, share, and post in the community. And something last on subscriptions. Now, whenever we have a subscription plan, it is usually expected that the content will be also like constantly upgraded, and you have new things coming up. Otherwise, why would somebody perhaps purchase a subscription, right? So with that, as you can imagine, it does take time for you to create new content and update it every month or every so, right? So here is where Learnworlds also helps with the integrated AI assistant It can help you dramatically into creating the content for your courses, the pages itself, or even in reviewing. I think Panos mentioned that in the beginning. So keep that in mind. It would definitely help with adding new content to a subscription-based product. All right, so on to the next one. And I think the next one was the corporate training, where essentially you sell to big corporation, right? You sell in bulk. Here, a way to do that would be with multiple seats. So what this is a type of a product. Think of it like that. So you can create a seat offering where you choose what courses will take part in it and exactly how many seats you are selling for that specific course, for that specific program, right? And you can sell that in bulk to other companies and to corporations, right? So that's what that is over here. Let me see what else is there for the seats. Something else that I wanted to mention also is the ability that the platform allows you to clone the courses. Now, if you're selling to corporates, sometimes perhaps you may keep the same course, but you may want to tweak it depending, on their niche, on their field, or maybe you want to add just something specific to that company, right? So being able to clone the course really does help you into that process, and it makes things faster. So you simply just clone the course from here, and you are able to just tweak the copy and just change the little things that you need for that. And finally, for this type of model, and Brett mentioned that in the beginning, that customization is key in corporate training, because you do want to offer a customized and different experience based on the corporation, based on your client. So for instance, I don't know, maybe if you're selling to client A, perhaps you want to take them and show them a completely different after login page, right? Or a completely different set of courses that you offer. So you have the ability from the site builder to completely customize the navigation part in terms of what pages they see as their start page and so on. And of course, you can use other features such as our tag manager, our automations, and our user groups, just to further customize the things and the flow into the platform. So the same platform, but just accommodating different corporations. All right, I think we're moving on to the next model, and I think Vitoriana was the one that mentioned that. So we have licensed content. So basically where you're selling from B2B, so business to business. And here we've seen some, gaining some large revenue, because again, you are kind of like selling to larger corporations. So what is this, and how can you do this with LearnWell? So we have a feature here that is called multiple schools. So if you go from my account and right here, you should be able to see something like this. So this allows you to have multiple schools under one organization. So as you can imagine, this, well, first of all, it helps a lot with management, right? You have all your schools under one umbrella. And then we also mentioned that you perhaps want this to be completely white labeled, and LearnWell definitely offers that, right? Either created from scratch, depending on where you're licensing the content, or you can clone the whole entire school and then tweak it and change it depending on who you're licensing it to. Besides cloning, of course, schools have the ability to also sync with one another. You can sync courses so that, it helps with management again. Perhaps you may update a certain page or a certain thing on a course. If you have multiple schools, as you can imagine, that must be tough, having to go into each and different licensed one and changes. So you can sync them all together and make the changes kind of like automatically to all the different licenses that you have over here. All right, so I think we're good to move on to the next model. And the next one was coaching and consulting, where essentially you have more of a tailored expertise. So here we mentioned one-on-one sessions, coaching sessions, and consulting sessions, group sessions, and so on. So of course, LearnWell can accommodate all of that with the help of external tools. So you see, you can run simple Zoom meetings for one-on-one sessions, WebEx, webinars such as this one, right? With Calendly, you can allow them to book one-on-one coaching and consulting sessions, or even group sessions, right? So those, of course, are also available. And then I did mention that earlier, I think, automations, but let me just run you through a little example over here. So let's say, you have a coaching and consulting course, and you run an automation where as soon as someone completes that course, you have the opportunity for an upsell, but it's kind of like more smooth and discreet, let's say. So you can set it so that as soon as this triggers the system, so when someone completes this course, Then you can prompt an email to the user, you know, you can tell them, hey, we've seen that you've completed this one-on-one session, for instance. Just click here, check out some additional consultation with perhaps a little discount that you may want to offer, right? So just a nice little example over here on how you could create automations for your consulting and coaching to also have upsell over there. All right, so the next business model was the merchandise, right? So selling merchandise, whether it's branded or not. Now, if you have your courses and it comes with some physical products, that is perfect. Learners can support that as well. So of course, one straightforward option would be through Shopify. If you're using Shopify, if you have your store and your products on Shopify, that is perfect. You can connect that over here in your school and, you know, just allow them to purchase from there. That is one option. Now, if you don't have that, that's completely fine. You can absolutely still do it. So this is the example that Vitoriana mentioned. So let's say that we have a nice photography 101 course, and we kind of like want to either bundle it up or just, you know, have more physical products come and go with it. So perhaps you may want to sell some camera and equipments, either branded or not, right? So you can do that like this, just think of this like a dummy course, right? It doesn't have anything in there, but just they'll be able to purchase it. And by that, they will be purchasing this product. Now, you may want to be thinking that, hey, well, it's one thing purchasing a course, but it's completely different purchasing a physical product because I need some more information. Where am I going to ship this? Do I have this information? And the answer to that is absolutely yes. So if you feel like you need extra information just to ship that physical product, then yes, we have a section that is called bill and details, where if you need some specific information during the checkout process, you can enable that from here. And for instance, you can add an address field, right? If you want their address to ship the product and so on, you can add all of that over here. And even in the sign up process, you can add custom fields if you want to, but I feel like it would make more sense adding it here. Okay, I think we're good to go over to the next model. So next up, we have the strategic sponsorship, where essentially you obtain funding just to kind of like host another creator, host another person or a service into your platform. So the first way to do that would be with a page placement, right? So you have a sponsor, for instance, right here, let's say you have a tech site and you're just sponsoring the solution, the tech cloud solution, a leading provider in cloud-based and so on. So you're just giving them some exposure over here, then your visitors will be able to click here and find out more. So this is one option, right? The other option would be, for instance, having someone have like webinars. I think Brett mentioned the example in the medical field, right? Where a doctor would, you know, talk about something specific and then they would use that to sell some product and so on. So another way would be to do exactly that, just host some live sessions. And of course, you can showcase them with a nice little calendar into your pages as well. And I think we're moving over to the final model. So the final one was the course loyalties and reselling. So this is where you would sometimes want to invite more creators into the platform to help you create courses. And in exchange, they would be getting some royalties. So Learn Rules has this feature, which we call user roles. And well, this could help you in multiple ways, not only in course royalties, but you'll see that you can create multiple user types and specify the permissions that they have into your platform. So if you want to have another creator, another instructor, for instance, you get to decide exactly what access that instructor is going to have into your platform, right? Perhaps you don't want them seeing any financial details, right? So in that case, you may want to add them as an instructor. And in here, you will see that the system actually allows you to set a specific revenue share, right? A specific royalty that they will get off of the product that is going to be sold. And finally, you can also kind of like streamline this process of inviting another creator, another instructor into creating a course with you, because the Learn Site Builder also allows you to create funnels. So one-click funnels, they could be for really any reason, and we could also use it for this. So if another instructor wants to register into your school to help you create content and get royalties from it, you can definitely streamline it with a nice funnel. They can register, you can check it out, and then invite them and add them into the platform. And I think that's it with the platform demonstration. Let me go back into the presentation over here and just resume with some last slides.
So,
right.
folks, I believe that even in a fast-paced rhythm, you got some great examples of what is possible with e-learning in general and building an e-learning business and how you can generate revenue streams for your business. But also the hands-on presentation of Elisa showed you what is possible with LearnWorlds. Just a few key features and possibilities to keep in mind. These are, let's say, the more advanced features of LearnWorlds, and in combinations of those, using combinations of those, you can implement all the previous use cases and business models that we presented, and you can further customize your schools. The possibilities that we give, and why we say that we are an extremely flexible and powerful platform. We give you the diverse different payment gateways and options for you to get payments, get revenue for your courses with subscriptions or one-off or installments or different kinds of combinations. So a huge amount of flexibility there, and we even support some local payment gateways, especially payment methods, especially in Europe. A very advanced tagging system that allows you to segment all your users and to offer hyper-personalized communications, whether it's what they will see, which courses they will be able to access, how and when you can send emails to them, what they face and what kind of funnels they see when they go into their pages, or even when they visit your online school. Our tagging system is one of the most advanced marketing and funneling and segmentation tools that you can use amongst any online course platform. And believe me, we have seen everything that is out there. Many options to create different pricing tiers. The things that Vitoriana presented before about all the different ways that you can structure different subscription plans, and all this can work jointly, concurrently with the more basic, let's say, one-off payments that you can have. Premium live sessions. This is a premium product that you can add always on your courses, like webinars that we can do now, or coaching sessions, or anything else that you want to do live. And we are now we just presented a couple of weeks ago Microsoft Teams, which was a very much requested features, especially from people who are locked into this ecosystem of Microsoft, and these are the tools that they can use. So this is another option for you, along with Zoom, along with WebEx, or along with any other lesser platform that you might want to embed within your online courses. And at the end, community-driven revenue. Don't just build content distribution services, build communities on top of your courses and your content. This is what LearnWorlds is supposed to be in the first place, a world of learning. And in a world, you're not just yourself interacting with some content, but you also need the people, the experts, the peers, the other students. And these, in most cases, these are the reasons for a student to come back, want to rejoin and be engaged with the courses. As we said, you will get a full recording of this. You will get all the slides, so you will have the time to go back and check out the content here. You will have the time to go through the decision tree and start thinking about things that like that's a good New Year's resolution, I guess. Other business models and other revenue streams that you can build on top of your business. If you haven't started a trial already, just head over to our website. No credit cards required, no strings attached. Get a 30-day free trial. If you are already a LearnWorlds customer and you would like to experiment, you can easily, from your own dashboard, create a new trial school. You can already copy some content there, and you can start playing around. We will be coming very soon with an offer, a very attractive offer, that it will make it even easier for you to want to start a new venture, a new business model, something extra on the side on top of your existing school. So keep a look on your email to receive the content, to receive later on the offer. We want to thank you very much for staying here, for being very engaged. Our team here managed to answer several dozens of questions, so I hope you got most of your questions answered. In any case, our team will be here to help you out with content, with support, with ideas, and with the features and the platform that we designed for you, and hopefully to make LearnWorlds a big part of your business. We want to be the building block and the mission critical tool for you to build your business on top. Thanks, Vitoriana. Thanks, Brett. Thanks, Elisa, for your support today.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.